Yo! Hello, everyone. When am I not currently going through something? Okay, this is first and foremost. The only reason I'm even here in this moment, coming at you the way that I am, is because I'm going through something. And this is how I process it out. I speak, and it leaves my body, and hopefully, I hope to God, right, that me speaking about all of the things that I harbor negative connotations and toxic feelings towards, bad perspectives on, that if I talk about them, then maybe I'll be more emotionally clear and less negatively impactful on those around me. Hopefully. Right? I hope it is this. And I do believe it to be this way. The thing that I did not anticipate is just how much utter horseshit my life has been made up of emotionally thus far. And so that might be the most shocking and sort of awe-inducing kind of thing for me to come to realize, is like, damn, there's still, yeah, dude, because I do this every day. I do this every day, and I've been doing this for years, and there's still things. Yes, and so this is the way of things. So my current thing that I have to break through in this moment in time is I'm gonna okay. So in order to clear up my emotional blockages in this moment in time, my psychological blockages, I need to bring death into this. I need to bring into the sort of equation that one day my mom is going to die. One day my brother is going to die. One day I'm going to die. And there's going to be a moment where we're in some kind of deathbed, or maybe more of a sudden death, some kind of accident, car accident or something like that. And it's just, whoop, immediate sort of life-changing, huge difference in the physical world of things, of the physical world of what my life is made of. And so I need to bring death into this as to bring about some kind of agent of courage within me. Like, okay, we're gonna die, so we might as well spill the beans on what we're feeling, right? Because then maybe we can feel better while we're alive. Right? If all the things that are holding me up and sort of I'm in this clenched state mentally, emotionally, and it's causing my actual, present moment of experience, it causes various fuck-ups and retarded, just bothersome feelings, nuisance-like relationship dynamics in my life. If this is how we live, then if we never have the conversations that we have to have in order for our dynamics to change, then we're just going to be just a long, miserable life. Just poor relationship dynamics throughout life forever, until you're gone or until I'm gone, and then we just don't have the relationship anymore. We don't have the A and the B connection. There's just an A, and then the ethereal plugs into nothing kind of connection. And sometimes I think that to be better, because then I wouldn't have to hear all of the ways that I'm breaking your heart and all the ways that you're breaking mine. And we wouldn't have to, we could just live in the false reality of that everything's perfect and there is no yang in the yin and there's no yin in the yang. Okay, so what the am I talking about? Okay, so I just need some patience. I just need some patience. And I don't want things to spark prematurely. You know, I need some patience, and so I'm asking of you what I need in this moment, and that is just patience to let me expel all of the mud, the dirt, the horse shit, the thorns, the pebbles in the shoes, and you know, my wounds and my raw rubbed sunburned skin. Okay, I want all of this out on display before you say anything or label anything or take any perspective, or take any position against what I'm saying as a kind of defense mechanism against what I'm saying, to defend yourself from all the things that I'm saying in the ways that I am saying them. Don't take my pain. Don't take the pain and the irritation and bothered annoyedness in my voice as don't take this as a projection and a reflection of how I feel about you, but how I feel in general right now. If this is not a projection about you and how I feel about you. This is merely just how I feel about us. This is how I feel, and if I could ask anything of you, I'd just say, hey, if you can take the perspective that this isn't about you, I just need someone to hear this right now. I just need someone to hear this, to listen to this. Minimal feedback. Okay, minimal feedback. This just, please, thank you. Okay, so that's the first little structure. The next little structure of this is I want to get the big resentments out of the way first, and I hope that the pattern of this waveform looks more like all of the heavy lifting and all of the arduous, grueling, emotional, hurty, pain stuff is, you know, in the forefront of this sort of monologue, kind of pretend conversation I'm having with somebody. This is all going to be in the front of the conversation, and then perhaps the sort of brighter, more coming together, returning to a sort of, you know, on the same shared page is later. Okay, so first and foremost, what is it that I'm actually going through? What is actually on my mind? Okay. So first and foremost, what's going on in my mind is okay, I'll lay it out. I'll get specific with you. What the hell I'm thinking in this moment is I'm like, oh God. You know, this is like a pretend conversation I'm having with my mom, or about my mom. I live with my mom right now. I live with my brother right now. My dad's not really in the picture very directly, but he's kind of there, kind of off to the side. You know, a Chauncey Billups, if you will. Brian Scalabrine, if you will. Coming off the bench. And, dude, I'm sure, there's no way in hell that this is the sort of dystopian America we live in. And this goes way fucking back. So, where do I even start? I'm going to start in my childhood. Dude, when I was a little kid, when I was first grade, second grade, third grade, like elementary school, it starts in elementary school. They have career day. They bring out a whole bunch of various careers. They ask you they give you a little piece of paper to a little worksheet every fucking year that says something like, this is me. This is I love ice cream. What is your favorite song? What do you like to do? I like to listen to music. I like to play baseball. And it's like a get to know you thing, and then there's a little square in which you're supposed to draw a picture of yourself, do a little portrait. And then there's another one where down there it asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? They start you off early. What the hell? How do you want to make money? What kind of job do you want to have? What do you want to do every day? Fucking what? Are you kidding me? What the hell is this? I'm not even kidding. Little kids are not stupid. Little kids are not dumb. Okay? Just because they're little doesn't mean they don't process information in the same way adults do. And mind you, even as adults, we don't make decisions from a much wiser place than kids do. A lot of us do not. Okay? A lot of things are based on the filters of our emotions. And, to the extent that we can process our emotions, who knows? Who knows? But, okay, so a lot of people are stressed about money, stressed about jobs, stressed about fucking going to work. And, yeah, okay. This is big, being stressed about money, what we're gonna do with our fucking time. Meanwhile, it's like, that stress causes us to just be more irritated, more impatient, less generous with our time, our energy, and we have less fun in the world. We have less fun with other people. We see less opportunities as things. We see things as more like obstacles and obstructions and things getting in our fucking way. And just, because we're filtering life through our stress. We're filtering our life through our irritability. We're filtering our stress. We're filtering our lives through our agitation and so on and so forth. And so this is just like the color palette that life seems to take on during some moments of such that. And so when I was a little kid, I processed information. Dude, my mind was pretty much just as complex as it is now. Pretty much, maybe, I don't know. Maybe a little different, but fucking, I don't know. I might be more heart-centric in the way that I'm courageous enough to express more things sometimes. But maybe I've moved the needle ever so slightly in such a small way, but maybe I like to feel that I'm different than I was back then. And then sometimes I'm just teleported back to a time wherein, I'm just as powerless, I'm just as vulnerable as that infant, literal infant, needs to be fed, needs to be held, is crying, shit themselves, doesn't know what the fuck is going on, but is just more or less uncomfortable, and the only two responses they got are chuckling and giggling and crying. I like this or I don't like this. It's like, this is that. So growing up, I would be confronted with this kind of question all the fucking time. And so my dad worked at FedEx, and my mom worked at NBC news station at the time. And so so my dad had a lower status kind of job, just grunt work stuff. And when he would take me to school or whatever, sorry, Dad, if you ever hear this. Sorry. I'm sorry. But this was how I felt. Like, I would feel like the other kids, they would judge me. Oh my God, my dad, he works at FedEx. Oh my God, what the? Oh my God. And this is like an internal sort of like, you know, where are we in the hierarchy? Where are we in the structure? Where are we, you know, where are we in the status game that's going on? Like, where are the dads with the fucking suits that, like, do some shit that seems like it's good, right? Always about the perception of others, outside looking in. I don't know where this came from. I don't know, you know, whatever. It's God-given, or, you know, I picked it up, you know, I stepped in that kind of gum, you know, growing up, and it just happened to be on my shoe. And so every step forward was just sticky from that. And so who's to blame? Too many factors to even really put my finger on it, and it's too complex to even come to a clear answer on that regardless. And my mom had a high status job. NBC executive producer? What? So when people would ask me what my parents did, usually I'd just tell them, like, yeah, my mom works for NBC. You know, she's the producer for Channel 7 News. And this is back when legacy media was the shit. Okay? You tell people you work in TV, damn, people are like, "Oh my God. What?" This is back in 2007, 2010, like, in that little era. It's like there were good connotations about this shit. The zeitgeist was not pointing the sort of negative connotations on legacy media, like it's politicized, everyone's bought out. Like, no one gave a shit about that. They were all basically like, oh my God, freaking the TV guys. Oh my God, what's happening in your neck of the woods? I want to know. And TV was thumbs up, dude. It didn't matter, you know. Oh, you work at Fox? Dude, oh my God. You work at CNN? Oh, dude. You work at NBC? Oh my God. Like, this was just how it was. Everything was epic. Everything was cool. TV was awesome. We didn't have social media. We didn't have, like, brain rot to the same extent. You know, maybe you'd get your grandparents saying, "Oh, you watch that television, you're gonna fry your brain." And then you just kind of say, "Ugh, fucking old people. Fucking old people. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna watch some SpongeBob. I'm gonna watch some Everybody Hates Chris. I'm gonna watch some Nick at Night. You know, I'm gonna watch some Fresh Prince or whatever. You know, whatever. You know, we would just kind of Drake and Josh. You know, who gave a shit? You know, TV was cool. TV was cool as hell. And so when career day would happen, you know, I never ever knew what the fuck I was interested in. I never knew what I wanted to do. It always seemed like the biggest thing in the whole fucking world to me. What am I gonna do to make money? I thought of this as a second grader, to the extent that it gave me severe, like, anxiety. Like, what the hell? Oh my God, no! And so I would do things to distract myself, you know. Self-soothe, just play video games or whatever, just watch TV, just fuck about, basically. Oh my God, that's a stressful thing. Oh my God, I'm conscious of and aware of a stressful thing. What can I do to not be stressed anymore? Fuck it. We'll play video games. And so, you know, I guess that was what I did for a long time. I don't know if that could even be helped, man. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that right now. But I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna move forward with this. Do I regret playing video games for so long? No, but kind of. I think to myself, man, I could have made more art in that time. I could have made more things. I could have produced more things instead of just consumed more things. And that would have been, I like the idea of that. But then again, it's like, maybe who knows what kind of person I'd be right now in this moment if I did not play the ungodly amount of hours put into Grand Theft Auto and Destiny and Call of Duty and you name it, right? All that money, all that time, all that energy, all of that. Whatever. Good times, bad times. Made some awesome friendships. Had some fun-ass times. We would connect and have beautiful conversations in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. Just fucking talking about our dreams, connecting. And so, like, there were good times, too. And so I don't... Yin and yang, baby. Yin and yang. Good and the bad, bad and the good. As all things are. I was stressed as a mother lover back in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 1st grade. Getting those little sheets and they're like, what do you want to do with your life? You know, because some point it became a little more serious to me. You would get the things like, oh, I'll be a police officer. Oh, I'll be an astronaut. Oh, I'll be a fireman. Oh, I'll be a businessman. Oh, I'll be a veterinarian. Oh, I'll be a pool cleaning guy. It's like I'm not even kidding. Like, these are all the things that you just kind of hear. They're there. It's like, who the hell tells you to be a fireman, a police officer, a paramedic, a doctor, a whatever it is. They're just kind of there. Like, yes, these are various careers and jobs that you can do as I don't know, they're like, as a little kid, these are the things that, you know it, these are all the fucking things. Like, these are all the jobs in the world, maybe, probably, as far as you know. Oh, man. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that growing up, I was fed, these kinds of like, life paths or whatever. Like, here's things that you can do with your life. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to do any of these things. But you know what I did in the moment of things? I was like, yeah, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a fireman. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a hobo. Sidebar, for Halloween for like 6 years, I would go as a hobo. I'd wear a fucking flannel, a beanie, a little stick with a little bandana at the end of it. Put on some makeup, put on like a beard or whatever. Just go as a what are you? I'm a homeless person. I'm a hobo. So that'd be really funny, wouldn't it? Gee, that'd be really funny. Get what you wanted, right? Life. Okay, so, like, being a little kid, I'm trying to say that there was, like, a discrepancy in my life. Like, early on, there was already a kind of, like, tectonic plate shear that occurred. Just a kind of torsion. A rift, some kind of vault opened up between, I was seeing into the infinite at this point in time. I was like, oh my fucking God, this is horrible and terrifying. People are asking me what kind of job and career I want to do. I'm 7. I'm fucking 7 years old. I have no idea what I want to do, what the fuck I'm interested in. I don't know, but it seems like all the people around me kind of know what they want to do. More or less, maybe. I don't know. I'm too scared to ask anybody, you know. Hey, what do you want to do? They have their answers, maybe even. And I'm like, I don't have the sort of like skill set to ask like, hey, what do you want to do? I want to be a dentist. Oh, do you really? I'll just take people's shit at face value. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. And it's like, you know, that's kind of where things fall off, you know? I don't have the weight, I don't have the mass to sort of like fall back on my own skepticism about anything, you know? At all, especially at this time. And so, you know, I'm just kind of like, because people will lie. People will lie. Why? Because image, because fear, you know? I learned to lie pretty early. Learned is a strange way to put it, but I lied early. Out of desperation even. Like, what do you want to do with your life? I was scared to give the answer. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I have absolutely no fucking clue. And so, you know what I did? Throughout the years, I just came up with better and better and better lies, okay? What do you want to do with your life? Oh, I want to be a biomedical engineer. Oh, you do? Yeah. Why? Because I have diabetes, and biomedical engineers, they make things like this medical pump that you see here for my diabetes. Oh, interesting. Did I actually have an interest in that? No. Did it make me sound? Did it give me a feeling of like having a little bit of status, like I'm some kind of intellect? Yeah. Oh my god, biomedical engineer. Holy shit, what do they do? I don't know. Wow, this boy seems like... And it was just smoke and mirrors, facades, and all this shit for a long-ass time. And so, I spent a lot of my time and energy just making answers up. So that way people, if I ever got the fucking question... You know, I would just have something at the ready to rip out and just... Here's my business card. I don't want to talk to you. If you need me, refer to this. In the event that you refer to this and you still need me, go somewhere else. Sorry. And so, but, whatever. I'm just kidding. I mean, okay, so you kind of get the picture as to, like, what, you know, my take on things was. It was like, oh, fucking hell. Fuck. I didn't have the courage to really, you know, confront reality, or my reality, head on for a long time. And, Lord in heaven above. Okay, where do I go from here? And so I got into, like, so it's like, I never got into, like, a career. I didn't have one. There was nothing I was really, you know, when I eventually started taking college classes, it was like, well, what was that for? It's like, I was into psychology, I was into philosophy, I was into these things, but it's like, well, what kind of job are you gonna get with that? I don't know, but that's the kind of shit I was interested in. And so I took a semester or two, and then just, Kanye West that shit. Yayed that shit, just college dropout. Boom, graduation, college dropout that shit. And I just went into working. I was like, fuck it, dude. I mean, I might as well make money, right? So I work at a sandwich shop. I work at, like, an art studio. I work at, a sip and paint, like a drink wine with your gals during the evening and paint follow along with a painting kind of thing. You know, working with little kids at a school, after class, aftercare painting. You know, working with my dad at his auto body repair shop, working at Walmart. And it's like, just kind of making money doing odd jobs, just kind of doing fuck about shit, just to make money or whatever. And underlying all of the sort of making money thing, more than ever, it was really kind of it was more or less a time sink, you know, a kind of distraction, and even a facade to never have to confront any of the people in my life with the sort of reality of, what are we doing with our time? What are we doing with our fucking lives? Kind of thing. Because everybody and their moms and their moms' moms and everybody else knows that, look, working at a sandwich shop ain't taking you fucking nowhere. Working at Walmart, that ain't taking you fucking nowhere but further into that. So are you enjoying yourself? Are you actually enjoying yourself, or is this a means to nothing? A means for nothing. And dude, oh my god. When I quit my job, I fucking notice. Okay, so first of all, I don't necessarily like that I'm on here just cursing a whole bunch. Like, this isn't necessarily my own sort of MO as to how I want to go about things, but you know, I suppose this is how I feel, and sometimes just a certain kind of word will just do it for me. Okay, so what else? What else am I trying to get out here? Dude, I'm filled with a rage. I'm filled with like an otherworldly rage inside of me right now. Like, it has slightly gone away just because the UPS truck driver has left the front of, you know, the current sort of cookie cutter building we're staying in right now, that we're renting. Okay, I don't want this to get too far swinging one way, that I'm not grateful for life, and that, like, life isn't good sometimes, and, like, that I'm not, you know, doing whatever. I swing back and forth. It's like, I try and make my life the best that it can possibly be, and I try and break down limiting belief factors, and then I'm confronted with things that feel more real, and then I'm rocking a hard place. It's like, do I like weightlifting? Do I like making art? Do I like making these voice memos? Do I feel like, yes, dude, I've got faith that somehow, like, all of these things that my life is made up of are gonna, like, take me somewhere, and, like, they might just be fruitful one day, especially whatever the hell this sort of storytelling is. And that even me mentioning this is like jinxing it in some kind of way, you know? God, I hate it. 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 But more than anything, I'm like, dude, now I know more or less what I want to do with my life, okay? And so now it's like dealing, you know, so you understand that you have the freedom to do such that with your life, but with the freedom does not supersede the sort of consequences that come with such freedom. And so now I'm dealing with the consequences of living in the in the light of the freedom of the life that I want to. What is the life that you want to? Having honest conversations with people, being as authentic as representing and advocating for the most authentic accurate feelings that I have in the moment, which for all my life have really seemed more taboo because we live in a crazy fucking world where we all try and posture, we all try and be very formal, where we all try and be very put together, where we all try and fake each other out with the sort of like perception, hey, do I look fancier than I am to you? Do I look like I'm not stressed out? Do I look like I'm not worried? Do I look like I'm better than you? Tell me, do I look like I'm better than you? Do I look like I have shit figured out? Tell me. If you don't tell me, at least fear me. Fear me. Get the fuck out of my way. Basically, this is what we do. We posture. So some people build fucking muscles so they don't have to get into fights. Some people walk around in lavish fucking designer shit. Just the crazy. They walk around with fucking canes and monocles to make it seem like they're this high status individual. And it's like, oh my God. How can we shift the sort of perception of who we are so that way other people move about in the world differently when we're there? You know, if I walk around like I am some high-class individual, monocle, the craziest 15,000 count thread, suit, royal blue, I've got my fucking white and black spats on, you think I'm somebody. I look like I'm somebody. This is a costume. And so, oh my God, who can we fool with this thing? Eventually we fool ourselves. That person can't walk around and when they're asked, how are you? They don't say, indubitably well, sire. Indubitably well. How art thou? They don't walk around with the sort of ennui about them. They don't walk about the world with a sort of everything is all good, so what does anything matter? Air about them. They don't. This character does not live their way without this, okay? And so, same thing goes with the person with muscles, okay? The person who knows how to fight, they don't care, dude. They'll fucking bite you. They'll bite you. They will kick you. They will punch you in the nutsack. They will hit you with the Johnny Cash fucking. They'll hit you with the split, fucking uppercut to the nutsack. They'll pop up, boom. Jax likes pancakes, smash you in the fucking ears like Sherlock Holmes. Discombobulate, boom. Incapacitate, bam. And just like the person who knows how to fight will hit you with that kind of shit. The person who doesn't know how to fight, they work on themselves, okay? They exercise like crazy. They build up all this fucking muscle. So that way, their kind of fight is the constant, fighting with themselves. It's not, they think it's a me versus you, but it's really a me versus me. They don't want to get into they don't want to converse. They want to do everything so that way we just deflect off of each other instantaneously. Or that way, or, maybe if I can hit you if I can hit you with my light particles from further away, oh my God, yes, this person, intimidation. Oh, I'm getting fear signals from them. I'm just going to turn away from them. Plus they're jacked as shit. What if they're crazy and they just want to beat the shit out of me? Muscles. And so my predicament now, and probably forever, I don't know, probably not forever. I heard somebody, funnily enough, like, you know, hearing other people's problems gives you really good insight into your own problems. I heard David Cho just talking about a story. If you look it up on YouTube, it all adds up. It's like an hour-long story. He's drawing pictures. He's talking about, like, his family dynamics or whatever. I suppose I'm not doing anything much different. And he says something. And when he was talking about this, you can sort of hear the kind of limited belief factor to it. And that's only if he really did believe this. Maybe it was just, you know, there for artistic expression. And that's you could totally understand that. And you can understand that with the kind of perspective of, like, what about actors? Actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, or actors like Johnny Depp. Like, they're such prolific actors. Like, they can, or like Denzel Washington especially. They can play such crazy range of roles. Who are they in their real life? You know, they live their lives. They're such amazing actors. You can see all these sorts of different ways that they have expressed life through film, on camera, in these ways that it's, who are they in their real life? Okay? Right? Who are they? Who are they? And so, David Cho, he said in the story something like, and it will always be this way. I will always be this way, or always, and, you know, maybe always isn't quite as, you know, in my life, as solid as we might think it to be, especially in the heat of the moment of things. Like, maybe I'm more of the impermanence is, you know, change is the sort of constant of life. I don't necessarily know exactly what I believe. Oh, man, and that, I guess that hurts. That hurts a little bit. I want to believe in something, and so I suppose I believe in, like, the Terrence McKenna shit, you know, the immediate felt present experience that you're having is, like, that's something. And even I'll go back and forth on that shit. That hurts. That's tough. I'm tough. Get back in there, dear. Get back in there, dear. Get back in there, dear. Oh my God. Okay. It's okay. We're gonna be all right. So, you know, understanding how I want to live my life now, and sort of really acting upon that, and, you know, taking the steps further, deeper into the journey of such that, you know, it's not all fucking rainbows and daisies and shit. It's like, no, it's like, I get into a lot of difficult conversations because now, you know, we're sort of operating on, it's, you know, see, here's the thing. Like, when you have an opinion and it's not really your opinion, you don't give a shit. Like, if it's not actually something you believe in, you don't care about it. But you see, I'm in my life now, I have, there's like a Spider-Man quote out there. It's like Spider-Man's uncle. I think it was either Spider-Man or Spider-Man's uncle, and I remember this from the Tao of Wu, the book written by the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. Wrote a book, and one of the chapter, like, titles was, dude, it is, you know, due to circumstance, I can no longer live an ordinary life. And I know this sounds ridiculous and crazy, but you know what's really ridiculous and crazy? How easy we will settle as people. It's the norm to sort of not believe in yourself. It's the norm to like want to harbor resentment and hatred towards anybody who's trying something different or alternative or is doing something out there that's like, whoa, oh, you believe in yourself? Kill them. Holy shit. It's like, yes, like the norm, the sort of consensus reality, like the consensus belief is basically, yeah, don't do that. Only do things that are normal. Only do things that, you know, you have to do things mechanically. Type A, you got to do things orderly. You got to do things from this time to this time. This is the only thing we accept. Anything else, anything out of the norm, anything, whoop, no security, doing things by the wind, the seat of your pants, that's scary. You know what's scary? Not taking chances. You know what's scary? Going against yourself. You know what's scary? The kind of trade that we do, all right? We'll take less adventure for, and it happened a long time ago with the beginning of agriculture and, when we became settlers over the sort of nomadic life. The moment we sat down to, like, do some shit as opposed to just, living out in nature, we're like, dude, we can totally gamify this shit. You ever heard of a seed? No, what's a seed? Dude. Let me show you something. It all started there. Started with the seed. Well, you just take this bad boy right here, and then you put him over here, and, well, then what? Well, I'll show you in a few months. It'll change your fucking life. Okay. Interest. Oh my God, you're telling me. Oh, I see it. Oh, you're telling me that we could just put a whole bunch of these little seeds in the ground, and then we could have a whole bunch of these fruits and vegetables, and dude. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Oh my God, I see where you're going with this. We could do this with animals too? Holy shit, you might be the smartest guy that ever existed. I know. Basically, I created the first pantry. I created the first refrigerator, non-electronic refrigerator. We just food whenever you want. Boom, food whenever we want. Look at all this food. Whoa. Wow. And then, how it goes from there. I don't know. That's probably a more complex story that I don't feel like telling right now. But you get the picture. You get the picture, dude. I don't know. And so, yeah, now I just get into tougher conversations because why? Yeah, that's a good question. Why do you get into tougher conversations now? Dude, I get into tougher conversations because everyone in my family is living this kind of life right now where, dude, we basically feel like there's some kind of, like, invisible Neanderthal with, like, a huge-ass tire iron that's gonna, like, smash us in the back of the head if we stop working. Basically what has happened is, like, my family members work these jobs and they do it because of Big Brother. Like, we think to ourselves that, we all hold each other in this kind of wet tightness to continue doing these jobs and doing these things, but we never really come down to like how do we truly want to live. And so maybe we all feel compelled to do these things because of each other, and we never really sort of took into account, like really asked the question, like, well, what kind of life? Maybe we're living beyond our means. Like maybe we're living above our means right now, and we can live a different life. Right? Like we can live a different life, right? Like how come the other life isn't on the table, right? Like what is truly important in each of our lives? Like what are we willing to give up? What are we willing to actually live our lives under? Because dude, I don't think we need all that much. It's almost blasphemous to suggest And so, my heart is hard at work. My mind is putting in OT as well. Like, when we come in contact with each other, we have our particular relationships. I have things that pop up whenever I get into... Dude, this is how life works, okay? When, you'll be in your own dimension, and then all of a sudden, your mom will text you at 12 p.m. She'll be like, hey, did you take the chicken out, please, on thaw for dinner? And then, 7 p.m. rolls around, and then she comes, you hear the door open, and then that's when you're reminded, oh, fucking, the chicken! I didn't check it out! And so life kind of works this kind of way. Like, you'll be in your own world. All of a sudden, someone pops into the simulation again. Then your own sort of, all the things about that relationship will once again render. I wasn't particularly thinking of my dad. If I start thinking about my dad in this moment in time, or he pops up, or he gives me a call or whatever, boom, instantaneous, I'm right there. All the sort of presets, all the sort of default settings of what it is to be, all the dynamics that we have, that we have ongoing, will just, I'll be in that frame. And so, the relationships that are currently ongoing in my life, what about those? Are they really as bad as I'm mentioning? What the fuck is going on, actually? What is truly going on? What is actually going on? What's going on? Bum 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 bum. I don't know. I don't know, right? Like, so, like, when my brother will pop up, I'll be like, yo, are you still vaping? I feel like this is the kind of person I should be. And when he comes into the room, hey, are you still vaping? Kind of be annoying in a good way for him. Hey, are you still vaping? Hey, that's not good for you, right? How are you in your journey right now? Just kind of annoy him. Try and pull out the best of him. Maybe I can be that really annoying person in his life that changes his life for the better. Hey, are you still vaping? Oh, God. You know, every time he'll go to hit that vape, he'll just think, me, hey, are you still vaping? Fuck. When he's gonna ask me that fucking question, I'm gonna have to say yes, or the answer won't be no. Fuck. You know, and maybe it'll deter him. Maybe it'll bring, you know, shame is not the worst. Shame is not a bad feeling, okay? Shame is actually could be a good feeling. Hey, are you still vaping? You know, he'll feel that shame. Oh man, I am still vaping. You know, and maybe we'll get into a good conversation about it. Hey, are you still vaping? You know, with my mom. What the hell is right there? Dude, that is the most intricate, complex relationship I probably have in my life right now. One of them, maybe. You know, she's a positive being. She's a positive being. And the thing about positive people is that positive people need positivity. I am more of a neutral person. And so I can go up or I can go down, right? I'm just kind of there. And see, the thing about all of us is negative people need negative people. Negative people like negative people. Positive people like positive people. And neutral people, what the fuck do we like, right? I like being on my own, personally. Most of the time I like being on my own. Unless I have a really awesome relationship, in which case, then, you know, being together is cool for that time. But, so positive people need positive people. And the thing about everybody is we all think whatever perspective we're taking is the perspective to have. Negative people think positive people are naive and they're missing the picture. Positive people think that negative people should just brighten their day, brighten up. Positive people think that neutral people are like, that they just, why aren't you happy? I'm smiling. Why aren't you smiling back at me? Hello? You know, everybody needs something from somebody, depending on, you know, what their view of the world is. And, you know, what I need from people is, like, honestly, I need, like, a little bit of pain. I need a little bit of everything from people. I need, you know, because for me, life isn't all good and it's not all bad, and I just feel comfortable when there's, like, a mixture of good and bad in people. It makes me feel comfortable, it makes me feel at home, and it makes me feel like safe. You know, because that's like what life is to me. Life is a mixture of good and bad. And so when people have this particular sort of like familiarity or comfortability within themselves, or I don't know what the fuck you have to go through as a person to like allow yourself to display both positivity and negativity, but people that can do such that I feel good about. And so people that are too positive leaning, I can't do that, because the negativity that is in two people being positive around each other is that there's something underneath that, and there's like a facade in what there's a discrepancy in how they feel versus what they display. Two positive people coming together, the trick that is played is that they're both hurting underneath that happiness. And I can't allow myself to live under the light of that rigid facade anymore. And I can't do that. I can't make that sacrifice for somebody else, because then we're just both going to eventually be trapped in a kind of relationship where we're both just unhappy, and it ends up being that we don't even know why we're doing what we're doing. Like, who are we fooling? Why are we trying to fool them? And it's like nobody wins. And so I have to do the thing that is like, I have to do the equivalent of what it is to shoot your dog in the head. Put your dog down, right? My mom is a positive person, and I'm less that, you know? There's a song out there by the Front Bottoms. It's like, and I was just more like real life. And is that a naive perspective to take, that I feel like I'm more real life? I don't think so, only because in this moment of things, I'm questioning everything too, right? Because I am uncertain, I feel strongly that I'm in the right. Because I don't have my answer penciled in. That I can believe in this as like, okay, well, you tell me, right? You tell me where I'm wrong, you know? You tell me what I'm missing, because, I mean, because there is something that's like, yes, dude, there's something about the kindest people have gone through the most shit. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Sure, it's like treat people how you want to be treated. It's like, sure, I mean, I get that. There are times where I've been uber kind because people really were not nice to me. And so my sort of like, to the world was, I'll just be uber nice to people. And the funniest thing about that is, like, it's a selfish thing. Like, some people, you'd like, yeah, the whole kill them with kindness thing. It's like, yeah, you're still mad at people. Your methodology to, like, get around that is just to be really nice to them, though. It's like, if you want to love people, maybe you try and, like, bring about real change in them. And that's like, you bring them back to themselves. It's not about perpetuating the war. Like, sometimes you'll do like some kind of manipulative marionette doll dance on somebody. It's like, you have, in the kind of way that you can't really be mean to somebody who's being nice to you. And so what eventually happens is they just have to like fucking be nice to you. And it's like, you don't want that. I don't want that. I'd rather have the sort of breaking through the mask where eventually it's like, yeah, we break through the mask, we break through the sort of anger that's there, and then we deal with the sadness, we handle the sadness that's there, and then we're on to just the reality of things that is like, fuck, dude, we don't know, or that we are scared. We are scared, and that's like the unfortunate truth of things. And I like to just be there. I like to be at that. And so it's nice because people who are have like predispositions to be sad will kind of look at you and be like, yeah, nice. Cool. And then people who have like predispositions to like want the world to be happier will either try and like persuade you, try and convert you, like some, Christian conquistador, or they'll be angry at you for not hopping on board, for not sort of like praising their way of life or whatever. And okay, so I've got low blood sugar. I want to end this conversation and sort of dip out. In what way will this happen? Any other little loose ends to tie for this little story going on. I don't know. I believe that, however infinitesimally small of the changes that may be occurring, I think it to be like in the best interest of everybody, for all good, I believe in all good comes to those that stay true. Because my life, however difficult the trials and tribulations and the fuck about that it has been as a result of, it has been better. It has been, like, more enjoyable. Like, I have been in the thick and the fog of just, fuck, dude. There's, like, crazy discrepancies in the ways that I feel versus how I live, and the things that I will talk about and the things that I will express. And I have been that sort of melancholic, just sad, skater, emo person. Goth person, just sadness and just not being able to talk about it or express it in any capacity, and I wouldn't connect with anybody on any sort of level that was meaningful at all in my life. And so a lot of changes really have occurred in my life that I find to be beautiful and that I love. And so I only ever really steep further into it, and the tea only gets more delicious as time goes on. And so even though for whatever reason things happen to be more raw, more intense, more painful, more difficult, whatever sort of more negative you want to go into, like, it has been, the ranges have simply increased, for all the pain that it's been all of that in the positive direction as well. And so I'm not settling. I'm not settling. I want more good, and so for more good, I'll just have to get more bad. Fuck it. Everybody gets 2 plates in this bitch. I'm on to the next one, boys, girls. Love y'all. Take care, everybody.